know we're wrapping up our conversation here. And so I'm going to let George ask his one burning question to you, then I'll follow up with my one burning question to you.
I think my biggest question has to do with how, as the space economy is going to evolve and grow, it must be incredibly difficult to plan what a force will look like around a scape, right? The fifth dimension of warfighting, air, land, sea, space, cyber's obviously in there. So when we think about the five scapes, I mean, as far as I can tell, space is the least defined of those and what that's going to look like. And as the commercial activity increases, as the economic activity increases, how does that relate back to planning when it comes to who and how to recruit when we might need 10 times as many guardians in a few years? And so how do you think about doing that, right? How do you know what kind of skills people are going to need? And how does that relate back to what you talked about earlier about being nimble?
Right, and so just to answer the quick overarching question is, how do you plan for? And I might be reading into your question some, but how do you plan for the end strength and for the future requirements? And so there are very complex processes that are, again, unfortunately, well above my pay grade, but that happen in conjunction with the service and with Congress, and so they work those types of details out. But what I can tell you, though, from a future planning standpoint, as you are aware, the Science and Technology Office within the U.S. Space Force, led by Dr. Mosier, they are the ones that generally champion that long-term vision. And so as we get subject matter experts from around the world to help us come up with these long-term plans, it's these types of ideas and futuristic thinking and unbounded thinking that then combine with these other processes that I referenced. And then throughout that coordination time, we come to a conclusion and a way ahead that's well above my pay grade, but generically that's the way that we can continue to move forward and to shape the way that we present forces.